You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant.
What's up? We're back once again, another week of Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. Marcus, Jess, what's up? How you guys doing?
What's good? What's good, sir?
We're good. How are you, Kel?
Doing all right. Ready to get through this Memorial Day weekend. And
That's right.
These kids my kids are out of school.
I was going to say.
Today. So, yeah.
Ours as of tomorrow, right? Or
what? Really?
out of school. I'm talking about for the holiday.
Oh.
Yeah, get yourself together.
But, Kel, are your kids out of school like
for the summer?
For the
Damn.
summer, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
okay.
no. But we definitely do have either 12 or 11 days. I'm counting down, but at the same time, why am I counting down? Because having your kids home again, it's like we're not that far removed from lockdown.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck.
School has been good.
Yeah.
Good separation. But, yeah, they'll be off.
Mm-hmm.
That's
They will
good.
be off in due time.
Word. Well, today's episode, I don't think we've ever chatted about this, and I'm excited to chat about it because I think it's just before we even started recording, you said it's a touchy subject. I personally think, yeah, it's touchy, but it's one of those subjects where you could really just kick the reel, especially if you're married, and
Right.
educate some people on some things. So here is today's topic. It is giving boyfriends husband privileges without commitment of marriage.
Good
And
topic.
I know we
Good
all
topic.
know somebody in that.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's touchy. I mean, what? 5 minutes before we go on, Kel's like, so this is what we're talking about. I'm like, okay.
I got a couple different takes on this. So this
I have
so this
several
could be
different.
interesting. This should be good.
Right.
This should be good. The comments should be good too. The comments been getting a little juicy in the truly unruly world. I like it though. That's when I like the
Yes.
I like the
Shout out
banter.
to everybody saying I have a shitty marriage and all that kind of stuff. Guess what, people? I would like to introduce you to Jessica Trufant. I've been gone for 3 years, but I have time now. I will end you on social media. So bring it.
stay in the comments though. We love it. Yeah.
So, okay, there are people that have just been in long relationships, and then years later they finally decide to get married. Like that happens. That's out there. But there are the people I want to talk about are the people that have this mindset. And how to get them out of this mindset of believing, well, I'm just proving myself, or he's, essentially convinced her that she's proving herself, or that might even be his excuses. Well, she's proving herself. See, like I'm gonna see if she's really down for the cause. Like this mindset.
Wait a minute. First of all, how long should you have to prove yourself? First of all. And second of all, to have a dude say she's still proving herself, he's not worth it. He is not marriage material. Get that fucker out of there.
Totally disagree, but carry
Really?
on.
Prove
I'll
it-
give my
really?
full
That's-
statement
oh,
after you are done.
okay.
So go ahead, sister. If a man tells a woman she's proving herself, or that's where he is with the relationship, that's like he's not the one. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that that's the case for all relationships. I know we're not talking blanket statements here, but there could be a situation where that could be a thing. Maybe it was something in the past that happened in their relationship and he's not comfortable, or there's many a situation. So you talking about a man getting marriage benefits, the same could go for a woman as well, right? A man is taking care of his girlfriend as if she's his wife and doing all these different things that husband marriages that comes with that. So in most situations, I believe it's a give and take, but it's always frowned upon because in most situations, the man is not the one that's pushing marriage, right? But
Right.
there's a mutual benefit to being in that relationship. There's just not a marriage attached to it. So I kind of said a lot and didn't say nothing, but
Right. Right. You said a lot, and I was like, yep.
But I'm saying it goes both ways, though.
It does go both
It goes
ways.
both
They're both
ways.
benefiting from it, but I can tell you that women, I'm not speaking for all women,
Why not?
because the blanket statements, anyways, women want to be married. Like we've always said, it's like a fairy tale thing. It starts when you're young. We're groomed to do this. So, yeah, we are, doing our best and doing all of this kind of stuff. But ultimately, we want to be married. And so for a man to sit there and allow his woman to continually put forth effort, show, prove, do all this, and still not put a ring on her finger. I think it's way deeper than that. I think it has something to do with the dude. I think it has something to do with his past. I think it has something to do with maybe the way his parents were. I have no idea. But if your woman wants to get married and you will not marry her,
What if she coming up short?
she's not coming up short because you're still with her.
We all put shots
She's
up.
not coming up
with
short
the gentleman
because
as
she's still
well.
Exactly.
With no
but
ring.
she wants to get married. That's the thing. And I'm pretty
In
sure.
theory, but is she ready? Is she really ready? Has
Yes.
she done the sit-ups and push-ups? Relationship wise, that's I'm not talking about the.
Sit-ups and push-ups.
But if you've been
Did I do
training in
sit-ups and push-ups?
working at your relationship, is what I'm getting at. It's a metaphor. You feel me? It's a metaphor. Are you strong enough in that relationship? We all want to be the MVPs of a relationship, right? I'm on tonight.
It is
I'm-
you. It is a personal problem at some point. At
True.
some point down the
I
line,
agree
it
with a
is
piece of that.
personal problem. And also, it also comes back to the girl too. As bad as they want to be married, I don't know. After 30 years, if you're stuck at that point. Shit. I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard situation.
Sometimes
You're
it
stuck
works for
between a rock
people,
and a hard
though.
place as far as I'm
Sometimes it works, and sometimes it's the reverse. Maybe the woman doesn't want to get married to the man, and he really wants to get married.
Okay, but how
right?
often is that?
Not very often, but I'm
Okay.
just saying it happens,
Okay.
though. So
I know it does happen.
let's not make it a gender thing that is always.
It's not. It is.
As a man.
It is about gender. Actually, it's all about gender. So, no, it does.
Okay. Here's something that you guys, I was waiting for someone to say it, but no one said it at all. That whole 3 minutes of me just listening to you guys.
Right.
One thing about men, and Marcus, you know this, especially as smart men, a man knows if that woman's going to eventually be his wife or not. Let's be real here. There's guys that, they'll be with a girl for 10 years and not married because he knows deep down inside, she's never going to be my wife. I don't want her ever to be my wife. She makes a good girlfriend for right now and for what it is that I need and what the relationship is. But I don't ever want her to be my wife.
That's when it becomes a personal problem. You know this woman is wifey material. You know all. Why can't you commit? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because maybe she's just not the one he wants to commit with. He doesn't
Pressures
feel
of
it.
society.
But
as
who
well.
the fuck are you? So
Of what
wait,
marriage
you
is
want to keep
supposed
your
to be.
options open for what?
Not even that, though.
Not
I don't
even
think it's
that.
Well, then what is it?
We don't
Some motherfuckers
know.
Just don't let go.
Break it down.
Yeah. And it's men and women. But my question is.
Stop saying it's men and women. You don't hear of women.
It doesn't matter if you don't hear it. You just can't say that doesn't exist because
it does
that's not
exist.
true. Okay,
it
and
does
that's all I'm saying.
exist. But I think 9 times out
Not
of
at
10,
the
women
level.
don't want to get married because they're busy pursuing their careers, this, that. They don't want to commit, right? But men don't want to get married I don't know.
Just cause. So what I was gonna say is
Actually, I know. But.
should marriage and dating, if you're at that capacity to where you've been together for 10, 15 years, should things change? Should anything be different? Is it just a title at that point?
Well, it is. That's another thing. Marriage, we talked about this. There's a lot of weight put on being married and, forcing marriage and shit, which really isn't a thing anymore. But that's why I said if a woman still wants to get married, even though marriage doesn't hold as much weight, it's fucked up if you don't marry her.
Right. So it's more of a conscious decision at that point. It's not so much I'm not ready because once I get married, I gotta transform.
It's not like that.
I know, but I'm saying,
man, it's not like that.
That's what I'm saying for men.
And you guys have done it to each other. Oh, once you get married,
that's
the
the
sex
society.
stops. Once you get married,
that's what society
she stops
says.
doing for you. Once you get married.
But what I'm saying is that it should not change. You've been together for that long. If you can wrap your mind around that as a man, it should not be that big of a deal if you really think about it, though. I know there's circumstances and this, that, and the third, but in theory, it shouldn't change. I don't believe so.
I know. I'm thinking about me, and we always talk about it. And this is the only thing that I ever really did to try and prove that I'm wifey materials when I cleaned out your refrigerator. And
right. And you stopped doing that.
That shit ended
very
immediately, pretty abruptly. That shit ended. It was like, okay, I did it one time. It was a good show of faith, and done.
Let's break it down to brass and tacks then. What defies a wife and what defies a girlfriend?
A piece of paper, a ring, bragging rights.
Oh, God. A commitment.
Joint taxes. You should be committed as a girlfriend too, right?
If you want to get to the wife material, there's a process, right? There's stepping stones allegedly to get to marriage.
There is the commitment on the dude's part.
On both sides.
It is saying I am, Mrs. Trufant. Those kinds of things. That's what it is.
But what about those people that argue that's like, well, I have all of that, I do all that, except I don't have the piece of paper, which is fine because I'm free to pretty much go as I please. And you know what, I think that, I know that's a negative way to look at it, but like, those folks that are like, well, like I don't have there's not a legal commitment. So I could just, if shit falls apart or shit don't work right, I can just, whatever, and it's cool.
That's the individual's problem because that's not what it is. It's not, I'm not going to marry her or him.
There you go.
Because, if shit goes south, I have an out. I have an out. That is your personal issue. It is. It shouldn't even be like that. If you love that person, if you have been with that person for 3 years, 5 years, a decade, 20 years,
6 months,
y'all have possibly kids together, y'all have done stuff jointly well, you know what? You're common law married after a certain amount of time. But still,
that's only certain states. Only certain states.
Okay, only certain states. But if you've done all of those things, I don't understand. I really don't.
Right.
I don't.
The people I know, I feel like they're married anyway.
The hang up.
The people that aren't married but are in a married type of situation, you're married anyway, in my eyes, right?
Well, you both settle. Eventually, you both settle. You both are like, the girl's like, you know what? He's not going to commit. I love this man. I want to be with this man. I want to have a family with this man. I want to grow old with this man. So I'm going to put my ideals from when I was a little girl playing with Barbies and shit aside, and we're just going to do life together. That is okay.
That works for a lot of people.
But it's unfortunate, especially when in the beginning you wanted marriage. Right?
But then we turn around and I'm going to go to last show and then y'all don't want it.
Though.
And then they don't want it, right?
Who doesn't want marriage?
The women, they don't get as much out of the marriage after they've been, begging and pleading for this marriage in the beginning.
You know what?
Right?
They're not getting that out of the relationship either.
say
Period.
that 70%, right?
Period.
If I remember
When you-
correctly,
well,
Kel, right?
when you have
let's
been
not do all this crying and shit in the beginning, and then
when you
flip the
have
script.
been in a relationship, because they didn't talk about long term. When you've been in a long term relationship, like I said, certain states, common law marriage, it fucking sucks just the same.
Yeah.
It might even be worse because the man is able to dictate it. I'm not marrying you. He's getting more benefit out of that shit than you are. Even boyfriend and girl, just to even say that.
It's a compromise, though. It's not who has the upper hand.
30 years
or maybe
down
it
the road.
is. Maybe it is who has the upper hand. If they're not married, it's like, okay, I can make a clean break. If you're married, it's more possessive and things have to take place.
You know what? You're right. They have the upper hand.
Who does?
Whoever is like, you know what? Nah, I ain't going to give you what you want. Well, you have the upper hand ultimately. Seriously, because if you're not willing to put the ring on the finger and do all that kind of stuff and that person still stays, you have the upper hand. They don't. Well, actually, they do have the upper hand, I think.
Right.
Because if
there's so many situations.
it's just so, if you were to walk out and leave this dude, he'd put a ring on your finger. Absolutely. Leave, ladies. If you have been in this situation for longer than you'd like to be in, leave.
I do not
Make
approve
that
of this
man
message
grovel,
by Jessica
get
Trufant.
on his motherfucking knees, and give you a ring.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, not all the time.
And sometimes that's what it takes. I won't say that that's not a thing because sometimes it is. As men, we tend to sometimes see how far we can take it, right? I mean, and push it to the limit. And in some situations
immature.
that works for some people. Okay.
But there could be an agreement. And I'm not speaking on everybody's relationship that have been together for 30 years and not married. There might be a mutual agreement.
Right. And that works.
It's like,
that works.
We're not going to get married. We're going to be together. We're going to enjoy each other's company. We don't want the pressure of the title and this and that and all that. And that's okay too. I'm okay with it. I don't give a shit.
What about those people that have been together for a long time and they have like multiple kids and they won't get married? I mean, it's like their family is their family. It's always going to be their family. Like, you don't need a piece of paper to determine who their family is. But, like, you know, do you think that's a little
I don't think so.
weird or
I think things are changing.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
But at the same time, the kids might get a little, your mommy's not, my parents are, there might be some questions. They'll definitely question at some point, I believe, why aren't you guys married? And you're going to have to explain that. What would you say, Kel? Mommy, Daddy, why aren't you guys married? My friend's parents are married. Why aren't you guys married?
Married in spirit.
Here we go. Married in spirit, or you have those type of conversations, and everybody's different. Kids, every situation isn't the same. Marriage is for a lot of people,
right,
and that's beautiful for them. But me and mommy, we choose to do it this way because this is how we love each other and this is how we work. And we love you guys. Our family works. We're together,
right?
And it's a thing, but it's just different for us,
right? It's
and if you want to get married, when
two daddies and two moms, it's the same.
Things are different.
It's the same situation. Right.
But it's just as much love in the house as anybody else's house. So yeah.
Absolutely. My whole thing though is like, do those people in those situations, and like, it may work for them, but do they ever think about, okay, what if you get into an accident or something happens and you go to the hospital and you're on life support and they can't come and see you because you're not considered next to kin because you're not married to them? Like,
there's got to be some type of loophole.
Nah, there ain't no loophole for that. Like, and especially if it has to do with like pulling the plug on somebody or anything like that. Like, you have to be.
Well, that's why you have to have an advance directive.
Right. Yeah.
That is smart if you're not married, because you can put that person down and they will have the power to make those decisions. But
Okay.
Do you know I would bogart my way into the room and pull the fucking plug
Security.
and go to jail?
Yeah, immediately.
But yeah. But you're right. There are those situations because so many people. I didn't know about an advance directive until.
But that's
recently.
not a reason to get married, though, Kel. If
No,
that's
I'm not saying
your
it's a
thing.
reason, but like,
And
if
we
it's
don't think
someone
about
that
these
I love
things.
and care about, I would definitely consider that. Like, especially if I have children with this person and I know I love this person, but I just have some weird issue
But
with
that's-
marriage or whatever. Like,
That's
I'm
kind
gonna
of like
think
a
about
system
that. Like,
thing,
and be
though,
like,
right? You don't want to just get married because this is what the system tells you that this is the least road of resistance, right? For things like that, because that doesn't work for everybody, right?
Marriage is a benefit for the system and all of everything and how
many
it
ways,
works. That's why
so-
there's so much pressure to get married, and then you have these kids, and they're, I don't know, I wouldn't say they're always well-rounded, and you're grooming them to be the law-abiding American citizens and nuclear family. It all fuck.
y'all better stop acting like there ain't benefits that y'all don't like to fucking marriage, especially when it comes to taxes and stuff.
Well, there is benefits, but we're from there is. But we're like, I think we're all from like we're a different generation, right? And so I still, even though things are changing, I still hold marriage in a fairly high regard. But I have also learned that it's okay if you're not married.
Right.
Except for if your partner really wants to get married and the other partner refuses. That's when I have a problem. If y'all have an agreement, if y'all are content and happy, so be it. But if one person is talking about, I can't wait to get married, I can't wait to get married, this is my partner, I want to do this, I want to have a wedding, and it never happens, or that other partner won't do that for them, that's when I have a problem. Or won't commit in that way, that's when I have a problem. But at the same time, it opens it up. Are you married? No, I'm not married. I'm in a relationship, but I'm not married.
No, I agree with you, Jess, because it's one of those things where it's like, that person, they value that and they want that so bad, you're not going to give it to them. Let that bird fly. Like, you're almost like kind of holding them back from what it is that they really want in life.
That's what I was going to say. It takes two. And if you're.
Well, I think they really want the person, right?
Right.
But it's just really super unfortunate that your partner that you love and that loves you to death won't. It's a compromise.
I get it.
It's almost a compromise.
Give
me a fucking ring.
A conscious decision, just like I said. But will things really change? Will things really get that much better for that person that really wants to get married? Yeah, you have the title, you have all this stuff.
It is.
Does that even matter?
Let's go.
No,
let's
it
go
doesn't
back
matter.
to society. It's still marriage still has a lot of validity. It's there. Right?
Right.
If that shit goes away, nobody would give a fuck. But it's there. So you feel that pressure.
That's
you
true.
feel that pressure. And then you get your pressure from your parents and everybody from the older generations. Like, when you gonna
still doesn't mean you get married because of that, though. But it's hard to get away from that. I understand that. It's hard.
Wait a minute. So should we not be married?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's not for everybody just because of the pressures. Pressures doesn't mean you go get married and that's going to be your thing. If you love somebody, you want to be somebody, and that's your soulmate, then and if it's mutual, or you make a conscious decision, or you make a conscious decision due to pressure and outside circumstances, and you're like, okay, I'm with this woman. Will things really change? Maybe a little bit, but marriage,
nothing changes.
Is really what she wants, and okay, I can wrap my mind around that. I think marriage is a good thing for us. And in men,
and if you want to keep your significant other, I mean,
happy.
like
you want
I
to keep
just
them
said,
happy. You want to give them everything
I'm not
they want.
married. I'm in a relationship, but I'm not married. You never know. Somebody might come in and swoop your
That could happen anyway.
person.
And let's talk about that side of it. Marriage doesn't hold as much
it might
weight
even
as,
happen. It might even be
Right.
more of a possibility if you're fed up. Your person will not marry you, right?
But that can happen
And
anyway.
somebody scoops in, and you start talking to him. Blah blah blah. This person's like, you know what?
This
I
guy
would
could
marry
be,
you tomorrow.
and then you divorced in 3 days. And just because he said he would marry you, you jump ship from the man that loves you,
What I
that
tell
won't
you before,
commit.
It's all about.
Right.
I got the ring. I got
So
the
it's
wedding.
the title and all this for some of it. I don't believe in that. But if somebody really wants to be married, like you said, then that's a conversation. That needs to really,
I think it's just a show of commitment, maturity, the like unconditional love for that person. I think that is kind of what. See, that's like old school mentality, right? Because you don't really have to be married.
That's okay to have those values. Yeah, that's true. But for us, for you, it's okay that we have those old school values. That's fine. I don't see anything wrong with that.
You gotta be well, you can hold two opinions at the same time, right? Two opposing viewpoints. You can understand both of them. So
let's say you guys never got married, right?
Oh, that wouldn't kill that. Nope.
Let me.
We're not even in a hypothetical that shit.
Can I finish the sentence?
Psycho.
Yes, please.
Go, Kel.
Let's say you guys wouldn't have gotten married, right? And you guys would have been, let's say, 2 kids in. Would you have agreed to an agreement?
I don't think so. I think it would have been different, and the threshold for foolishness is different.
Fuck. Not the threshold for foolishness.
I would say so. I would say the threshold for foolishness is different if you don't have that. If we didn't, right? And we're talking about us, like
right.
there's that, okay, we're married, so we need to make sure that we get through these bumps in the road. I think that's kind of a thing, right? Am I wrong in saying that?
No.
Okay. But a commitment, yeah. But like I said, conscious decisions. Are you ready for marriage? Am I ready for marriage? Was I ready for marriage right out the gate? Maybe, maybe not, but it's a conscious
2 kids in?
Yeah, we were 2 kids in.
We were not 2 kids in.
1.5 kids in.
Okay, we've told our story a million times.
But
I was not about to just play. We weren't even playing house because I wasn't even living with this dude. So, yeah, but we had a baby, and I'm like, if you want to see me and your daughter on a regular basis, and we talk about how much we love each other and shit, what's the fucking problem? Personal.
Wait, how long was it until you guys
problem.
actually lived together?
We got pregnant pretty quick. So what? 2 years? Carmen was 11 months when we got engaged. 12 months, 11 months. So as soon as we got engaged, I moved in to his house, and I'm not even sure if he wanted me to move in, but we moved in.
talk about conscious decisions, right? All right, let me weigh my options. Let me see.
No, he's just a good dude, and he really wanted to be with. I don't even know me, but his daughter.
Old school values, old school family values. That's how I grew up. So you talk about being groomed as a young man. I was groomed into that family type of situation, right? That's what I wanted. That's what I was striving for, right?
Right. Well, and the likelihood of you getting married, if we're going to go there, both of our parents were married. So I think the probability of you getting married when both of your parents were in a relationship and married for decades, I think it's high that you're going to get married and that you value marriage. It was modeled. It's a learned behavior, right? And so, there are those, sadly, that their parents weren't married or it didn't work out or somebody left or whatever. And so that might leave a bad taste in their mouth. And once again, it becomes a personal issue. They're scared of commitment. They're scared of marriage. Maybe they're scared of marriage. They think once they get married, it's going to go awry or whatever. So you stay single. Or, excuse me, not single. Well, are you technically single? Or you just stay in your boyfriend and girlfriend relationship?
So this is what we've pretty much summed up and learned today is that it's okay to be a lifetime girlfriend or boyfriend if you both agree on that and that's the arrangement and that's what you both want. Fine, live your life. But we don't agree with the fact of somebody essentially holding somebody back of what it is that they want in life if they want marriage, and the other person won't give them that but continues to kind of still dangle a carrot in front of them, I guess is the best way to say it. Pretty much.
Or it's like the Geico commercial. Almost there with the dollar. Pretty much.
Yeah. It takes two, so nobody can be held back. You make conscious decisions on both sides. You do
make conscious decisions,
so
but
I don't know.
I think you make it out of love.
Right.
You settle. It really is you settle. When your person won't commit, you settle. And as long as you're happy.
Is there a such thing as settling into marriage? That's another show, but
as long as you're happy, as long as you're happy. It like this whole everything is so fucked up right now. As long as you're happy, if you are happy with your boyfriend till you're 99, that is fine. Just be happy.
All right. Wise words from Jessica Trufant. Truly Unruly. My name's Gail Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant. Subscribe and listen, review, like on your favorite podcasting platform that you listen to us on. If you want to catch the visual, of course, you can search us on YouTube and subscribe to Marcus Trufant on YouTube. Follow Marcus_Trufant on Instagram. Follow Jessica_Trufant on Instagram. Jess, once again, has made another return to Instagram, guys.
Kinda.
Hard quotes. So check her out. Of course, follow the page, Truly Unruly _podcast, and catch us every Sunday on Converge. Till next time, peace and love.